Hey, Speaktators!
Welcome to our very first podcast, Speaktapod, and brought to you by Speaktacular.id.
Hey, my name is Diden here as your host for today. And of course, I'm not alone because I am with my partner.
All you thought in the building?
Right. So, what are we going to do today in here in this very nice and shady weather?
Actually, I have no idea because this is very much. We've been manifesting this for such a long time.
Such a long time. How long has it been, actually?
Like 1 year or more.
Uh-huh.
Around that time, we've been working on this whole thing. And it's finally happening right now.
It is finally happening.
Yeah, it's all February. So why don't we talk about something that, I don't know, has been replaced by, I don't know if it's a fortunate or like an unfortunate event.
What about it? February 14th.
Has been replaced by the holy, the sacred election day.
Of Indonesia. I mean, but I think it's not gonna be a really bad thing though. It could comes in handy because just imagine February is supposed to be the month full of love. Meanwhile, in the very same day we should be electing our new president for this year, and then imagining this people be full of love.
Well, ironically speaking,
What is it?
if it's a month of love, a lot of people are just fighting against each other.
Oh no!
Based on their choices.
Is it people or just you?
It's all of us.
It's all of us.
Deep down, even though maybe we seem like we in a serene situation, like calm, collected and relaxed, but deep down there's like a raging motivation to just to defeat other voters.
Maybe let's just talk another topic where let's just make it slow, make it full of love, which is gonna be our very first topic of our Speaktapod today.
Dating our 20 and nowadays dating culture, I think it's getting more and more complicated. What about you?
Yeah, sure, it should be. I mean, if we kind of compare it with previous generations of ourselves, compared to nowadays generation, which is Gen Z. I mean, totally, not only in relationship, but then on the other things, Gen Z sounds so complicated with a lot of new things.
Because it's so complicated. Why can't we just make it, warm things up?
Yeah.
With games, we have these games. It's called This or That, and we have to answer it quickly,
real quick. Okay, so I have this 5 cards over here, and then we're going to just tell the questions in turns, and then we're going to answer it right away. Me first. The first question, real quick. This is gonna be very tricky. Cheating or cheated on?
My turn first.
Yeah.
I would be rather get cheated on.
Next
question would be first one to approach or to get approached by other person.
Me first, I would choose to get approach on. What about you? Yeah.
I would be the person who approached first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it just comes off naturally as a, I don't know, I think I relate as a girl. Who knows?
What else? Let's find out later. The third one, flirty or straightforward?
I like flirty people. This sounds fun. They makes the situation not so awkward between us,
Next one.
Credit card or credit card. What kind of question is this?
Me first. It is very obvious. What else? Credit card.
Okay, I would go with face card.
Okay.
I want to, kind of explain the reason why I answered the first question. Cheating or getting cheated on. Because I would be able to endure the pain of getting cheated on. As the time goes by, I think the pain would heal by themselves. But I would never be able to endure the pain, the guilt of cheating
on someone. Yeah, but I guess that's it also deals with someone else's personality. I mean, what comes around goes around. So you kind of if you treat people not right, you're gonna get treated not right as well. So yeah,
all this question, I think it's very, very much relatable for a lot of people too.
Yeah.
Especially dating in our 20s. early 20 something, with you know, the creation of online dating apps. You name it, the pink one, the blue one,
The yellow.
the blue one. Yeah.
So that was the game of this or that.
It's very hard
And
questions.
kinda.
The first one, because
Yeah.
both would hurt so much.
When we're talking about relationship, it's just like gonna be endless, because if we're talking about relationship, then we're going to talk about love. Meanwhile, love actually has a lot of forms of it. I mean, like love and relationship, not only gonna deal with like spouses, lover, but it could deal with what is it, your siblings, or like your family, your friends, and everything and all that. It counted as love and also relationship.
Basically, there's kind of this type of love that I usually come across. It's like romantic love,
Right?
platonic love, and like family love.
Right. Tell me about it. There are just like a lot of things, and I think
Platonic love for me, it's kind of just like any kind of friendships, family, of course. We all experience family.
Right.
Whatever.
Gladly.
Gladly. I'm very, very grateful to be born in to be born in such a loving and very, very affectionate family. Well, yeah, the real thing here is the romantic love.
Right. So we're gonna talk about specifically about romantic love, and I think how we perceive, or like how we see, and then like how is our opinion towards relationship and also love actually deals with our background, or like our experience about having the relationship and love itself.
In your case, what kind of stances are you on right now? The way you perceive love, the way you expect someone to be whatever it is. Like, what's the deal here?
If we're talking about relationship and forms of love, 2014 is actually a really interesting year for me.
2014. It's
No. Sorry. It's been
decade
10 years ago. 2024.
24.
Yeah, I was like this year.
I thought you were talking about your childhood.
No, I wasn't. Sorry, I was a mistake.
Okay, yeah, in 2024.
2024, it is actually quite an interesting, it's not quite, it is such an amazing year for me to start, because it's still February. I mean, like in just this second month of this new year, I actually explore a really nice journey of exploring relationship and love.
Exploring relationship and love. Talk about it. Yeah, you tell me.
I mean, like, does it show on my expressions up until now, ever since I started the podcast? I don't know why, Algipare, I am just so glad that this year I found that I am so in love with myself right now.
You're so in love with yourself.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's talk about the cliche self-love that people always talk about.
No, I wouldn't call it as cliche.
Really?
You should have a self-love.
I know, right?
I wish more people would experience this kind of moments in their life.
Yeah.
They found where they find themselves better, discover.
Yeah, I know, right? But I mean, like, well, some of people out there actually might have a trouble, or like couldn't really answer, like couldn't really find the answer of what is actually self-love. Like, they don't have the privilege, or like at least just yet, they come up to a phase that they finally realize self-love for themselves. And then meanwhile, me, just like gladly, I went through a lot of heartbreaks just like prior to this year. So because of those circumstances, because of those unfortunate events, I don't know, everything just ended up in a good way.
You know what? It's really nice to have a talk here in the hidden Swargi with all the greens and the winds and the ambience here. Do you feel the same thing?
I am so agree with this, because the hidden Swargi and coffee roastery is just the perfect place, because it is just so fresh, and also it's so quiet in here.
Yeah.
Not much of the people actually going here and there, and also vehicles, which suits with our talks for today. It is very comfortable. So what are you guys waiting for again? Just come to
the hidden Swargi. Come and hang out.
Okay, so that was actually about my stances nowadays. If we're talking about relationship and also love, now I would like to know from your side. What about you, Algipari?
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Ironic love.
Because you talk about your past, how those kind of moments that you put up with has shaped you into the kind of person you are right now.
Yes.
Well, for me, I'm more concerned into today's kind of dating culture because I did use a dating app. I've experienced this kind of dating monstrosity in that app. Yeah. So I would be more concerned how other people would perceive love and how other people would react, how other people would experience love differently based on what kind of apps they use. For me, each apps has its own vibe, has its own kind of people. One thing that all these apps have in common, it gives birth to a lot of dating culture terminology that makes the dating game would be more complicated and more complex.
Tell me about it.
So the first one that is commonly used when you are close with someone, you feel like this person is a green flag. You're getting a good vibes from him, but out of the blue, all of a sudden, he just vanished.
Ooh, I think I know what it is.
Ghosting.
Ghosting.
Oh, ghosting is I think it's kind of normalized. People who would just scared of commitment. People who are scared of commitment. People who are not sure and entirely sure about whether or not to keep going with this person or with the other one. Because as we know, dating apps makes us not only match with one person but also people like few, I don't know, candidates. We could say it as candidates.
Well, I've heard you talking about ghosting. I think, fortunately, I don't deal much with these specific terminologies in my love stories. I mean, like, I kind of like had once or twice, but I don't think you can count it as ghosting because, like, there's this thing that the thing that I had is just like I wasn't really feeling it to continue a relationship, but then like I just told the person that okay, just want this to be over, and then like that's it. I don't think that count as ghosting.
So one thing, you give him a closure.
I did, but then like only a short one.
Still a closure.
Still, I guess.
I think ghosting stresses more on how the person would just leave the significant other without any trace.
Oh.
So if you gave them a closure, even though it's a little like a sign, I think it's not ghosting.
It's not ghosting. So I'm innocent.
Okay.
No. I am just like looking at your face right here with the fierce love, the ironic love. Either you're the ghosting, what is it? The ghosting person, or you're the one that get ghosted. But let me take a guess. You're the one who ghosting people.
This is green.
I could.
Guilty.
Tell me the truth. Spill it to spectators.
I did both.
You did both. See? He even does
someone
both.
And got ghosted by someone. Well, in my defense, I did give them closure, but not like an actual closure. You know what I mean? It's more of a subtle way to reject that person. It's somewhat goes along with, I think I'm not ready for a further kind of commitment. So let's just take it slow and let's just focus on ourselves first. But if you need me, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. She kept texting me, but I didn't open any of her message because
screw that.
Yeah, sorry.
This guy.
Or whoever you are, you know who you are. I'm so sorry that because things just didn't work at the time. I don't know. I think it's because of me. I wasn't really committed to like a serious relationship at that moment. I think we just didn't bunch of the same energy. That's
Oh, okay.
Moving on to the next one. What is it?
The next one, you know what? Like ghosting is a really complicated, like situation in a relationship and also love stories. But there is actually a thing that is worse than that called situationship.
Now we're talking. And now we're talking. As if it's not tiresome enough. Situationship. These terms, I think, has been around for only like 2 years. Because back then, we call it as talking stage rather than situationship.
So it's like 2020?
Yeah.
Really?
Situation, relationship.
Right.
So like it's only situational relationship. You only do the relationship when you feel like to.
Or if it's an Indonesian term, you call it tarik ulur, is that it?
PDKT.
Yeah, I got it. But I think like situationship could be in a very distressing situation, just like its name, situationship. Could be very distressing for people. I mean, like, because I think, oh my God, I think I will be in a very disadvantaged position if I am into this kind of thing, because it will take so much of your energy. It will take so much of your time. And in the other side, you really couldn't actually commit or like decide at least which side are you in, like whether or not you are okay with yourself. That is the first like degrading things ever. And then the second one, you also don't have someone who genuinely love you to the fullest.
Well, like in order to two people becomes an official couple, I think they should go through some situationship stage. It's just the matter of how long they would run their business in the talking stage or like the situationship.
Now
if
that I would agree.
Going long and long run, yeah, that's the bad thing. But you couldn't just show up to someone and then tell that you love them. That let's make some love. I know it's really hard for a lot of people because, especially maybe for girls, I have a lot of girl space friends who experience this kind of thing. Situationships makes them crazy.
Oh, I think that's like worse. So for those of you guys actually be in such a relationship, that it's time's up for you guys. So you could just run off. You have
run off, or Diane, you could do a DTF.
DTF, define the relationship.
Define the relationship. That regards to another terms. DTF, define the relationships. Have you ever confessed to someone?
I did.
How they respond?
They regardless about the answers. I mean, they clearly give the decision, and that's like the important thing. Whether or not I could go in, and whether or not I'm just like stop. That's the thing.
Okay, so that could be one. That could be one of the form of DTF.
Ah, cool.
Define the relationship. You confess to someone. You define what are we now? Are you still liking me? Are you still into me? Are we gonna keep going, or like are we gonna just cut it and here?
So the bottom line is your problem is situationship. Your a solution is DTF. Define the relationship. Anyway, moving on to the next one. So just because we are talking about things that is quite sad, let's talk about it's sad. Ghosting in situationship is just like really bad. But then let's move on into something that sounds so
sounds
promising. Sounds promising at first. It's called
love bombing.
Love bombing.
Oh, love bombing. Just like you previously said. At first, it feels fun. It feels that you are bombarded with a lot of love, affection, and stuff. You feel like so awesome. You feel like you are on the top of the world.
Right.
Feeling like you're so loved by someone. Then out of a sudden, you don't know. Is it
genuine?
Is it genuine?
Or
is it does he or she really mean it?
Right.
Basically.
Yeah. So love bombing is basically just when you got into that phase in a relationship with someone else, but then this one person actually showing a lot of, or in fact, too much of an affection to you in a not really logical amount of it. So it's kind of like
we should emphasize it refers to a manipulatory, deceptive action, borderline. So, yeah, it's not really a good thing for.
I know.
I think it's not a good thing.
Just like we said before, like it might sound so okay and like nice when we're actually receiving it in the first place, but then like it could actually deceive you in the end of the day, because as if we're talking about like a battery of electronics.
Yeah.
Like we could just say it like a love battery.
Love battery.
Like as if it's like,
let's say it's on 100.
100.
Yeah. And then
in a relationship.
If you do a love bombing, it would just right away run out, right away, run out like 50%. You do the second mission, the second bomb,
right,
it would just go to zero.
Yeah, and then like in the end of the day, you don't really have the energy to do your relationship in a healthy way. That's what love bombing causes. I mean, like love bombing could be in a good way if you actually taking it in a proper amount, also with the right person. That's actually
I don't think it's called love bombing. Then
it's just
a
loving casually in a proper way.
Yeah.
But anyway,
make it slow and steady.
Yeah.
To go.
We still have a couple of more love terms in here, and the fourth one is actually the terminology that you might actually have heard it in some really certain singer which is famous international and also Indonesian. Yeah. Back burner. Let's play a background song of her. Back burner. Okay. So back burner is actually
someone gives another person in their life hoping to get together in case things don't work out with whoever they're seeing.
Yeah.
Oh damn, the second choice.
The second choice, right? Right? No.
Nobody wants to be the second choice.
In fact, that everyone actually deserves to be the first choice, the first priority, because you are worth. You're worth it, man. Okay, just like straight answer. Have you ever been in a situation of a back burner?
No, I don't think.
Someone else's back burner?
Or I could just have no idea.
I
am the second choice.
Damn.
That's the thing about back burner. You have no idea whether or not you are the second choice or the first one.
Right.
Because let's say the player. Let's say the player play a really, really good game that both people that see the player really have no idea. That they're not hurting because they have no idea.
Maybe like the bliss of not knowing.
Bliss of not knowing. That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Okay. But anyway, as if it's for me, I think I also had never been in one, gladly.
You never?
I think I never.
Have you ever do that to someone?
Do that to someone? Of course, no, I don't.
Maybe not in a relationship or love kind of, but more like career or like provision wise.
Well, if it is talking about outside relationship, I think it is just like logical, like human logic. Right. If I'm doing it, but then like if we're talking about like different kind of relationship, as if it's for friends, I think it's actually worse. But I might have actually done it for once or twice, and I am so sorry for my friends. If you feel like I kind of like do that to you, I mean, like I must have been doing that, not in a intentionally.
Right. You have to be committed to one person only, because we're living in such a monopoly.
Moving on to the last dating relationship, dating terms that we have in here. It's called orbiting. This I think. Oh no, I hate talking about this because
why?
A lot.
Tell me about it.
Okay, but first, like this is actually orbiting is the act of following and interacting with an ex via social media.
So he or she should be an ex or like what?
I mean, I would interpret this in quite different way. I mean, it could be exes or it could be your crushes.
Your ex crushes too.
Ex crushes as well. And I hate, just like I said, I hate saying this, but like I do this a lot. In fact, quite a lot until right now. The thing that actually going on right now, I'm actually the type of person. I mean, this actually evolves because of the things that happened to me before 2024, and then like it ended me up in the situation that I would just like give up on giving too much effort on someone because I would just like I would rather just like eyeing them from afar and just like admiring them in silence, and I would just like not doing so much about it because just like I said in the very first of our talks, I would want to focus on myself so much this year, but it doesn't mean that I'm actually kind of like, you know, doesn't have any crushes or else. I still like a person, in fact, right now. And then like, so yeah, I would just like eyeing them. I mean, you know what, in fact, a silly one.
What?
I don't follow him in a social media.
But you track him through your second account?
I track him on my first account.
First account?
And then like,
you're so brave for
it
that.
was on a first account. And then like, I really couldn't just like type his username. The thing that because it would show up in my history. You know the thing that I did? I opened my friends mutual and then I search for the followers and then I click his account and I do that every single day.
Oh damn.
That's crazy.
Oh wow.
Just to know his updates because I really just want to know how is he going in every day.
So you're the expert from automating.
I know.
Why?
You're talking to be the expert.
Why wouldn't you just, you know, make your move or like drop your hints, drop your signs or whatever it is?
I express my love in a different way.
In a different way?
I talk to Allah about it.
But it would be so nice if that person knows how you are genuinely feeling towards him.
Trust me, no. For me, no. I think like for me this time, I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson.
You have a bad experience?
I did.
To confess to someone?
I had. And it turned like so bad. And then like I would choose to not do it again. Maybe in the future I would change my mind. But then like for now, I would not do that for the second time.
Well, yeah, about orbiting. So you just see their whatever story, their status, without any response or like reaction to that.
Yeah, at all. I don't give them.
Do you think it's just a glitch in the metrics in Instagram or like in WhatsApp?
No, it is what we do.
Oh, you really see the story?
Yeah, I do.
For how long? Like,
what do you mean for how long?
It's story. Do you like stare it for like 10 minutes and more? You just happens to came across that story and then move on.
You just like usual, just like the usual thing, just like
you're just curious about what that person.
Yeah, it's up to, and that's it. Yeah,
that's it.
I just, you know what? It's basically just to let him or her. How are they doing in a day? What are they doing every day? Basically just that, because I'm not in a one workplace with him. I'm not in a close, place with him. And then I never actually meet him in everyday life. But then like, I still want to know how is he going.
But one thing, it's harmless when you do it on social media.
Yeah,
but it becomes so creepy if you do it in real life.
Right,
I don't. That person in afar.
I don't.
You just kind of stalking them. And then no,
that's not orbiting, but that's a creep.
That's a creep. That's weird.
Who knows? Let's see.
Okay, for those of you who experience the same thing, just one key, DTF.
Define the relationship.
If it just ends right there, good for you because you know that the person really you don't deserve that person.
You don't waste your time anymore.
I know. And then if it keeps going, then good for you too, because you know what.
Finally, you find the person. Mm-hmm.
So I think that's all.
It took a lot of energy just to talk about it. I really couldn't imagine if I am being in one of them.
Thank you for spectators for watching us this whole journey of love. See you in another episodes of Speaktapod. Here with me, Algifar in the building,
and my name is Diane. See you on the next Speaktapod.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to drink your coffee on Swargy Coffee.
Cheers. A joyful, delightful, and happy relationship.
Cheers. Bye-bye.